When I was younger, I should have known better, and I can't feel no more.
The Lumineers' The Ballad of Cleopatra consists of 5 songs that seem completely unrelated from each other, musically and lyrically. Yet when you watch their visuals, they come together to show different parts of one narrative. That is, the story of Cleopatra. Similar to this, in Krzysztof Kieślowski's Three Colors trilogy, 3 different films come together to form the colors of the French flag, which represents liberty, equality, and fraternity. Along with their similarity of putting different stories together, both the ballad and the trilogy have a common theme to them that is represented through their main characters. Cleopatra, the main character in the Ballad of Cleopatra, Julie in the movie Three Colors Blue, Carol in Three Colors Red, and Valentine in Three Colors White, all show the story of all of us, our regrets, our sorrows, our loves, and perhaps ourselves. The Ballad of Cleopatra is based off of the life story of a woman named Cleopatra. The lead singer of the band, the Lumineers, got the inspiration for the story one day when he winded up in the back of her taxi cab. The band also shows this at the end of the first music video, Ophelia. When the lead singer, Wesley Schultz, was asked to describe Cleopatra, he described her as a very wondrous and powerful woman that had an interesting life story. We see Cleopatra's life stories being played out in the 5 Lumineer music videos. These music videos, in some cases, show 2 Cleopatras in the same shot. For example, in the opening scenes of the music video of Cleopatra, the past pregnant Cleopatra asks for a ride in the taxi. This happens again when Cleopatra is driving her taxi and her younger in-love self becomes a passenger. This shows the reoccurring theme of looking back at a previous self and being regretful of life decisions. This theme is consistent through the entire ballad. This reminds the audience that while we all hold on to things in our past, it is important to look forward to our future selves. As all of these films share these relatable life themes, they also all look back to a time that was better, which is another very common human characteristic. This idea of looking back and holding on to things is also shown in the Three Colors trilogy. It always seems that things in the past were better than they actually were. For example, in the music video Sleeping on the Floor, Cleopatra looks back at her younger self and regrets not running off with her first love across the country. The entire music video for Sleeping on the Floor is Cleopatra's fantasy of what would have been if she ran off with her first love. In the music video, the road trip took her to many iconic places that Cleopatra has always wanted to go. Near the end of the music video, her and her first love got married, although this wasn't how the Lumineers wanted to end the video. Instead, they ended it by fading her back to the person she was before the road trip. This fading of the character really shows the regret that Cleopatra has. Another big regret is shown in the music video Angela, where Cleopatra regrets not leaving her husband sooner. The whole music video of Angela shows how free she would have been if she had left her husband. However, again, at the end of the music video Angela, Cleopatra returns back to herself before she left her husband. Again, a regret that Cleopatra has. The last song in the ballad, My Eyes, shows Cleopatra's dying days, which is another very human characteristic. While Cleopatra hasn't gotten there yet, it is important to realize why the Lumineers included it in their ballad. Maybe it's to finish Cleopatra's story, with going through the past, the present, and then ending with the future would be a perfect ending to their ballad. However, the Lumineers were also showing how no matter what happens in life, you have to think about how it will affect your future. Over time, the things that happen in your life will lead you to your destiny. Even though Cleopatra had a lot of regrets, at the end of her life, she finally finds peace. This peace is shown at the end of the music video My Eyes. Cleopatra finally realizes that everything in her life led her to there, and that she was stronger for it. The Lumineers are not the only ones who realize the importance of showing how we are all going to die one day.